Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, Rahul.
Okay, so let's get started. Saurabh.
Okay. Hello, Devansi.
Yes.
Okay, we can start.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Audible? Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good morning. Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to GDSC event for GSO. We are thrilled to have you here today. We hope that you will find this event informative and engaging. During this event, you will have opportunity to hear from Rahul Kinchi, who is developer advocate at Onboard Base, GitHub Campus Expert, and GDSC Lead 22. We hope that this event will be inspire you to GSO and also pursue you to participate in GSO and pursue your passion for open source development. We encourage you to take the advantage of this opportunity to learn, connect, and grow. Once again, welcome to our GDSC event for GSO. And now I would like to hand over to Rahul.
That was a great introduction, Devanshi. Thank you. So let's get started. Saurabh, I can hear my echo. So how can I mute myself?
Mm,
Because you told me to join with the mobile, so I joined with the mobile, but how can I mute myself? Okay. So okay, no worries. Let's get started. So hello everyone. My name is Rahul, and just like the introduction, yes, I'm a developer advocate. I did my GSoC in 2022, and I'm a data compass expert. I'm also leading communities like Microsoft Lunch Ambassador, GDSC lead at Marwadi University. And previously, I have worked as a freelancer at Nubila. I was a mentor at Connectport and a technical writing intern at Jig for Gigs. And my particular area of interest lies at DevOps. So yeah, I'm a DevOps enthusiast, and you can connect with me with the below usernames. So yeah, let's get started. Uh, Before starting, can you all tell me that why you want to start open source? Anyone? Like, can anyone tell me why?
It
Yeah,
will help.
so some people want to learn more connectivity. Okay. So when I started learning about open source, I was only knowing about, like, now at this moment people know a lot of things about open source. Like, I can see the answers, the engagement is offers, and the idea of being with like-minded people who are ready to learn in their teach real world, real project exposure. Yeah, but when I did the open source and Google Summer of Code, my only motivation is to earn money. That is paisa hi paisa hoga. But then with time, I got to know that the real mentorship from which we can get from GSoC is next level. No one can compare the mentorship which we can get through like open source and Google Summer of Code. Yeah. So let's get some prerequisites. And yes, I'm not telling lie. These are the only prerequisite to get started. That is to know a programming language, to know about Git and GitHub, and to understand about what open source software development is. These are the only things which are required. Yeah. And believe me, because I have done this, and these are the only thing which is needed at the starting when you're starting with Google Summer of Code or open source, right? So, for example, let's say programming language. Then you just need to know about any one language, be it C++, Java, Python. But I would recommend that if you're going for open source, then there are a lot of projects which are based on Java, Go, Python, or JavaScript. These are the four language which are most common and most popular in open source. Talking about version control system, that is Git and GitHub, to let you operate and check out the projects and all the other stuff. So for that, you will need Git and GitHub, right? And at the last, the basic understanding of open source software development. It means um, you should know that what is open source and what are different engineering softwares. For example, in open source, you know that the code is free and the code is publicly available. But at the other side, for the different engineering projects, they are not available to anyone and not anyone can contribute, right? So only this is the difference between open source and all the other projects. So let's get started about GSoC roadmap. And do not mind the background because yeah, it's really a good plan. So for GSoC roadmap, this is the roadmap which I provide to others, which I have followed, and I will get selected in 2022. So you just need to know a particular language, that is AI, web development, Android, ML, DevOps, blockchain, or compiler designing, or anything else, right? And you have to select an organization. And after selecting an organization, you just have to get into the before that I will make sure that I will show the hands on. But before that, we just need to clear some theory part. Yeah. So for that, you just need to select an organization. You need to join their communication channel and introduce yourself into the channel. Also, you can take a screenshot of this, and you should look for good first issues and check the closed and merge issues and navigate yourself from Google and Stack Overflow before asking a mentor, right? So these are some of the roadmap points which I followed and I got selected. So let's see some hands-on that how we can do that. So if I go to Google GSoC website, you can see that there are a lot of organization, but the general doubt is how to select an organization, right? So for example, I only know Java, or let's say that I only know the complexity level till OOPS, that is object oriented programming. So I know Java OOPS. Yeah. So I'll just search Java. So you can find a lot of organizations that use Java. Okay. For example, if I just click on Jenkins, then you will find that there are a lot of technologies, but Java is common, right? So you need to know all these technologies, but it is not like you need to know beforehand. If you just know Java, you can start contributing in Jenkins, but to get selected in GSoC, you need to know a lot of things, right? So for that, if you are just starting and if you just know Java, you can start open source contribution. But with time, you need to learn other things too. And you can just see the topics which they are working. For example, DevOps, CI/CD, automation, developer tools. Now you get a lot of information here. For example, chat, mailing list, Twitter, and blog. So the most common question is how to find a communication channel. So you just have to go to the site, select an organization, and here you can find the communication channel where all the developers talk. So here is the channel you can see, and here they have created some rooms. You just have to introduce yourself here and tell that I'm starting with GSoC and I want to contribute to GSoC. So I just want to know that what are the prerequisites and how I can get started. So people will reply here. Okay. The thing is, you need to ask a question. For example, someone here has asked, "Hello everyone, and I'm excited to begin contributing to open source projects. And as a newcomer to the open source community, I'm currently struggling to find open source good for issues." Now there are 12 replies. It means 12 people have answered different stuff. So it's like you need to answer, and like for example, if you ask a question, then only you will get an answer. So ask a question in the public, because many people tell that we are not getting answer, but the thing is you are not asking the right question. Here the question is clear that he is not able to find the good for issue. So now it's easy for me to help him. But there are people who just ask question, but they don't identify that what problem they are generally getting, right? So we should always uh, write and ask the question in public with like a good question in the public, right? And after introducing yourself, let's go to an organization. For example, I have chosen textile here. Also, one more thing, there is one website. If you don't feel like this website is not good, then there is one more website which can help you to find organizations. This is, for example, you are participating in 2023, so you can filter it out. So these are the organizations that are participating in 2023. Now let's say you know only Java, then you will click Java. Now one more thing, you only know web development, so you click on web development. Also here for categories you can search any other thing, for example web. Sorry, yeah. So now there is an organization which uses web development and Java. So you can select any this or any of the organization, because these are all are participating in GSoC 2023. For example, if I choose this, so now you can get all the information here only. For example, the technologies it is using, the years in which this organization have participated, the Twitter account, the mailing list, the communication channel. If you want to email, you can get all the information here. So I can just provide this link so that you all can check out and filter the organization which you need. Right. Moving ahead with the roadmap, here it is written that increase your level of issues and work on quality issues. Yeah. For example, if I go to textile and if I go to check out their contribution guidance, like see, you will always find the links. So always check out the links before asking anyone that where is the links, because you will find this generally on the Google Summer of Code page only. Now there is a link of GSoC participant, and here it is already written that what they really want from the people if they want to select a Google Summer of Code student. So they just mentioned uh, that they don't trust the CV, and before sending them a proposal or starting the discussion, we need to prove our experience in technologies that we use, that is Java and Maven. So Textile uses Java and Maven, and if we know Java and Maven, and if we have contributed to Textile, they will select us, but they will not trust our CV, right? So that is why they have already mentioned that we will not trust your CV. We need you to first contribute to our organization, and if we find you a perfect fit, we will select you. Now there are some more points that they have mentioned. As next issue, please choose like such issues are very simple, but them are good to start and Like you can see that to prove your experience, you just need to resolve several issues in the project. If you click here, you will find all the issues that Chextel has. Now, as a beginner, if you are going here for the first time, you will find something really hard, that is, you don't know anything. So you just click on label and search for first issues. For example, these are first issues. So these are all the issues which are generally made for the beginners only. Now, if you are a beginner, you can do these issues. But for example, you don't know anything about this update document for visibility modifier. Now you can see that it is written update document, and you can see that 5 issues are open for this label. And you can also see that there are 293 which are already closed. So closed means which are already resolved. So now you can see that there is the similar issue update doc for motherland. So the similarity is in both of these issue, you only need to update the documentation. But the thing is, you don't know how, right? So you can go to the close issue and you can check their pull request, that what they have done to solve this issue. For example, if you go to the file change, and you can see that these are the changes that they have done. So the same changes you need to do for this issue, but for visibility modifier. So you need to invest your time and you need to investigate all these links to understand that what needs to be changed. But now you already know that how to change this thing. You just need to go to the particular issue. You need to check out the closed issue of the similar type, and you need to update the documentation. But what needs to be updated? Then you need to search on Google. You need to learn about visibility modifier. You need to check out these links in order to understand. Okay, this is how you find issues. And for example, now you have done this up first issue. So now increase the complexity. Now go for second issue, and just like that, go for third issue, then easy, medium, hard. If you will just stick to one label, there is the first issue, you will not get selected because there are many people who are contributing. There are thousands of people. So choosing only 2 to 3 people is really hard. So you need to stand out from all the contributors. That's why you should have different type of contributions, right? So moving ahead, it's written go for collaboration instead of competition. Yeah, for example, you are working on this issue, and someone else is interested in some other issue and they want help in reviewing their code, and they are waiting for the mentor to review the code, but you already know that code because you have solved that issue. So now you can help that person and you can review their code. So mentors will think that this person has already helped someone. It means he know how to review the code. So it gives a good impact on mentors that this person is not here just to code, but this person is also here to help people and to review the code. And in GSoC, if you know how to review the code of anyone else, it is really a good impact that you can create on the mentors. Another thing is ask the right question. Talk about your strengths and problems with the mentor when you are in the spotlight. Just like I told that you need to be in the spotlight. Once you are in the spotlight, go to the Gitter channel, which I showed you, the communication channel, and tell people about where is the problem you are facing. You want to go for GSoC, but what are the issues that you are thinking to resolve? Once you will communicate with the mentor, you will get to know that what your mentor is thinking, and after getting to know about the requirements from the mentor, you can easily work on that. So asking the right question to the mentor is really helpful. If you just write hi, then he will reply hi, then you will say how are you, then he will reply I'm fine, then he will ask how are you. This is not a good communication. Ask the question in the one time only. Hi, I need your help in this. Can you please help me because I am preparing myself for the GSoC 2023. So this will help them to understand your question, right? Because they are busy. If, for example, if there are 1,000 people contributing, there will be 1,000 questions for him for a particular day. Now he can't reply to 1,000 questions every day, right? So if you ask the right question, ask a question in public, if it happens that they can get it happens that they will get same questions every time, so they can just refer the question to you so that you can get the answer, right? So always ask the right question in the public and ask the questions to your mentor. Tell them about your strengths and weaknesses and what you are doing. Help other contributors and newbies to get started. So for example, now you already now you are already familiar with the organization, and now there are people who are joining the organization after you, after 2 months or 3 months. So you should also help them to get started. For example, once you have started, you were asking questions in the public that how to get started, how to do this, how to do that. And now after 2 to 3 months, you already know this, know that stuff. Now there are people who are joining the organization. So, and they are asking the same question which you were asking 2 3 months before. Now it's your responsibility to help them in order to get into the spotlight. That the mentors will know that this person is helping others. It means he is not here just for coding. He is here to create an impact and to learn more about open source culture. Right? So these are the small things that are really helpful. We just think that coding is the only thing to get into GSoC, but no, coding, helping others, collaborating, making an impact in the open source culture really helps to get selected in the Google Summer of Code. Next thing is optional, but yeah, it is really important if you do. That is, do post your learnings about the organization through YouTube, LinkedIn, or Twitter. So, for example, if you're learning, if you're contributing to open source, you should always share it in the public so that people can see, other people can understand that what you are doing, so that they will get a clarity of yourself. That like you will get a lot of opportunities after GSoC if you share the learnings in the public, because they will know that what you are actually doing. There are many people who are doing a lot of good stuff, but they don't share it on LinkedIn, Twitter. Then they expect that the recruiters will reach out to them. But how? Because they don't even know that what you are doing. So you should always share your learning in the public so that they can know. They will get to know that okay, this person is working on this, and we are also looking for this kind of person to work in our project. So that's why always try to share your learning in the public. Yeah. But what is the right mindset for open source program? Yeah, this is the main question which I believe that children need to understand. When I was contributing, I said that I was thinking about money. But the thing is, you have to understand that open source culture is not always about money. Yes, you will get a ton of money. You will get a lot of money by contributing to open source and getting selected into the programs like Google Summer of Code, LFX Mentorship Program, Major League Hacking, Google Season of Dogs. But to start with, you need to show the passion for open source culture. You need to understand that you are promoting open source, not just for with the help of coding, but with the help of YouTube Live, with the help of conducting sessions on open source, helping people, guiding people about how to start open source, just like I'm doing today. You all should also help others to start with open source, which will help you to make people understand about open source. And this should be the right mindset to start with open source programs. That is to promote open source, to contribute to open source, and to use the open source tools. Right? There are a lot of there are a lot of programs, but as a student who lives in India, it is very common for us to think about Google Summer of Code, because GSoC is something which is very popular in India. But you know, there are a lot of other programs who offers more than what GSoC pays. For example, GSoC has a stipend of $1,500 for medium project and $3,000 for large project. But the same amount is paid by LFX mentorship program too, and MLH fellowship pays $5,000, whereas outreach is for women and underrepresented groups and it pays $6,000, and season of dogs pays around 6,000 or 6.5 thousand. So it's not like you only have to prepare for Google Summer of Code. You can also prepare for other student programs, but you should explore those things, right? So that was it from my side. That what should be your mindset about Google Summer of Code. Now I'll take the questions and I'll answer them with hands-on only. So yeah, if anyone have any questions, they can say, or I should just start with the hands-on part. Anyone?
Hello. Hello, Rahul. Am I audible?
Uh, yes, you are audible.
Yes, I have doubts. Actually, I'm not able to understand the basics also. So could you explain from the very starting? Actually, I'm a beginner. I'm not. I don't know anything about this Google Summer of Code. So I could not understand about why to choose organizations and the rest of the things. Could you explain from the
Okay.
basics?
Now, so the first thing that you need to do is, can you tell me what are you learning right now?
Sorry.
Can you tell me that what are you learning right now? Like which language, which technology?
Okay. Actually, I've learned Python. I'm learning Python.
Okay. So let's understand that you only know Python and nothing else, right?
Uh,
So what you can do is, I have provided this website. What you can do is just click on 2023, filter out your language, for example, Python, and for example, the topic which you want to contribute in. So can you find any? So can you find anything familiar with your technology? For example, if you are interested in data science, machine learning, web development, it's okay if you don't know anything. Tell me.
Rahul, your voice is lagging.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible now.
I was asking that choose a topic, be it machine learning, web development, even if you don't
Yes,
know
development.
web development. Okay. So see, I have choose Python, web development, and the organization for 2023. Now there are eight organizations who uses Python and who uses web development and which are taking part in 2023. For example, if I go to OPIA, the first thing is to find an organization. So we have already find out the organization, right? With your interest, Python and web development. Okay. The second thing is now you will get all the information about the organization that you have selected. For example, if you want to chat with other developers who are in this OPIA organization, you have all the links here. For example, the communication channel, the contact email, the blog that they write, the visit that they work on, right? So, for example, as a student, if you don't know anything, here it is written. If you have a question pertaining to how to get started, please ask them on the OPIA dev at the rate mailing list. Please be specific when asking question. This make it easier for us to help you. So you just need to go here and you will find a lot of information here. So you will need to invest the time and read all this stuff just to get started, right? And then, for example, here you can find this thing, good first issues for new contributors. Here is the list of good first issues. If you click here, you will find 39 issues which are only for the beginners. Now, for example, there are a lot of issues and you don't know anything. Go to the closed issue and search for a similar type of issue. For example, let's say it's written bug most of the places, and here is also written bug. So now try to find a similar issue which is already done and which is closed. So you can take on an understanding of what these people have done while solving this issue and what you can do for this type of issues, because the process is same. Only thing which is left is what we need to do, but that you will learn after understanding these things which the mentor has provided. The mentor will always provide some information about what they want to do, what they are expecting. You should always read the comments that they provide, and after that you can get started. If you don't know anything, just go down and ask a question here that I want to contribute to this issue, but I don't know where to get started. Could anyone please help me? This is as simple as that. Now tell me the doubts.
Rahul, still I'm unable to understand why do we need to choose an organization? Like, what's the main aim in GSoC? What's our main
Okay.
goal?
Okay. See, you go to the college, yeah. So your college is GSoC, and you will find a placement in the fourth year, and the company will come, and those companies are the organization. So you go to the college to learn something. Now it's your option if you want to take a placement or not. Just like that, you are learning about open source contribution, but it's like your option if you want to go for GSoC or not. GSoC gives you a platform where you can contribute to open source, but they will also give you money for contributing. Like contributing to open source means that, for let's take an example of Instagram. Instagram have a lot of code, but you can't see them, because if you will see them, you can do any changes, and it is used by 1 to 2 billion people, right? So if you just do a one mistake, it will create a lot of problem. So what they do is they create the code, and they put the code in the private mode, that only the software engineers who works in Instagram can only resolve the bugs. But what this open source software do is they put their code public, and they tell anyone who knows this technology and who know how to solve the bug can contribute in our project. In the exchange, we can't give you anything because we are open source. It means we are free. Now what GSoC does is they tells that, hey, open source organization, you come to us, we will find good developers for you. In exchange, we will provide money to the developers so that they will get an interest to contribute to your software. So it works as a medium where it connects students who are developers to the organizations.
Okay, so we are
Now,
connecting
yeah,
with these organizations through GSoC to find their bugs and to correct them.
yeah, we participate in GSoC so that we can improve our resume, because open source contribution are the things which are public. So you can show your work in the public only. For example, if you have a project and you are mentioning into your resume, now if you tell your recruiter in the future time that you have done this project, what is the possibility that it is created by your friend and you have put it in your resume? A lot, right? So how it will make a difference? So if you contribute to an open source, and if it is reviewed by the mentor who is already a professional or who is already a software engineer who is working in a big tech company, if he is reviewing your code, it makes a guarantee that you know how to code, and it will give an impact to the recruiter that you already know the process of contributing, you already know the process of software engineering. So now they are confident enough to select you. So if there will be 5 people who will be applying to that particular company, and if you are someone who has already contributed to open source, and to be precise, you are selected in GSoC and these programs, you will get a priority.
Okay, so after connecting with any of the organizations, like you told how to connect with the organizations and how to inquire with them, like how to chat with them. But
Yeah.
after, like you were saying some point, like we need to ask about the first issues. What does that mean? First issues?
For example, if you're going to the college, you will first ask them what are the subjects, right? for your first semester. Just like that, going to the organization, you need to ask the developers that what I need to do. So what developers has done in that organization is that they've created some bugs which are very easy for first time developers who are just joining their organization, so that you can get a familiarity with the organization. That's why they have structured the issues: first time issue, second time issue, third time issue, then easy type of issue, medium, hard, then bug, then this it goes away. Like it will continue. It depends on the organization what type of flavors they want to give to that particular issue.
Okay. So that means we are asking for what type of contribution we can give. Like if
Yeah,
we
at the starting,
are
because
and
we don't know about the organization.
okay, yes. So basic work of ours after choosing the organization will be to code or to debug the code. What will be the main aim?
See, it depends on you. If you are preparing for Google Summer of Code, you need to do the quality contribution. And when I say quality contribution, it means a large contribution. For example, adding a feature to the organization or creating a big bug, right? But if you're just here to improve your resume, then you can also contribute to documentation. You can also improve their structured organization. For example, helping them to create an issue. You can use a tool and tell them that what are the things that can be improved. So it depends on you. If you are a student, I would recommend that you should surely prepare yourself for Google Summer of Code and events like the programs like that. For that, you need to learn how to code. And for example, if you know Python, then you should not learn the advanced Python, but you should find an organization and start contributing. So you will get an understanding of how Python really works in a big tech project.
Okay. So like how will I
Yeah.
know that which organization will provide me the good contribution and good ideas on how can I contribute, like easy ones for the beginners.
See, every organization has some beginner level issues. Just like I have shown you about Opia, you can find any organization with the help of this site by filtering your area of interest. I have already provided you the link. You can just filter out.
So this
Anything
GSoC
else? Yeah.
has started, or is it going to start from some particular date?
It is going to start from March 20, where you need to create a proposal for any of the project and send it to the mentors. And the coding period will start in April till September, I believe. So at this moment, I can say that if you want to get started, you need to start it from today only, because you have not contributed. So they will select the people who are active and who are contributing from last 1 to 2 months. Anything else? Anyone? Saru, can you hear me?
Yes, Rahul.
You can ask
Yes.
if anyone has any doubt.
Rahul, people are asking in the chat box. So you can
Okay,
find it
okay.
there.
Wait. Uh, I'm somewhat fear assume that I have submitted the code, but after it makes more error than earlier. Then it's simple, Virat. You just need to close the issue and create another issue, another pull request. For example, you have done some error, just close it and create a new pull request with the updated code. How choose suitable organization for yourself? Khyati, I have already shown you that you just need to go to this website and you need to filter out your area of interest. For example, if you are taking part in GSoC 2023, just select this. If you only know Java, just select Java. If you are into technology like web development or machine learning or anything, just select it. So you will get a particular organization of your choice. What skill needed to start with open source? As I know core Java, and other than this, beginner in web development as a must check till now. Shraddha, just like I have shown you, see, for example, you know core Java. So let's select Java. If you know web development as a beginner, just search about web development. For example, web development. These are all the organizations which have web development. For example, if I go to Chromium, the technology or skills that they have is Python, JavaScript, Java, C++, and Git. So you already know Java. Now you need to learn these things, but it's not like you need to know like all the things. If you know only Java, start contributing. With time, start learning these things too. Can working people also contribute to this? Yes, it is for everyone. It is not only for students. It was for students 2 years before, but now it is open for everyone. When to start contributing to organization for GSoC 2024? See, the best day is you can start from today because I started 1 year before GSoC. Because the more time you stay with the organization, the more chances you get, like more chances are there to get selected in the GSoC 2024. It totally depends on the organization, how much they know you. Then the best way to experience open source is Hacktoberfest. Yeah, it's totally true because Hacktoberfest offers beginners to contribute to open source. Just like Google Summer of Code is for someone who already know a lot of things, Hacktoberfest is for someone who is just starting with open source. Can you share the link of the page? Okay, someone has already shared. How to choose right organization? Already answered. What about proposal submission? See, Shraddha, the thing is, for example, if you are contributing to any project, so now what they will do is, for example, let's say that I have a website and I'm thinking that in this summer, I want to integrate chatbot into my website. So I will create a project and tell the open source contributors in my organization that create a proposal of how you will create a chatbot and send it to me. Now the person who will have the best proposal for starting out and like if they have a clear idea, I will select them and they will work with me on that particular project. Just like that, for the proposal submission, read about the project that they want to like do and create a proposal according to that. Please give some guidance on GitHub and Git too. Virat, this is a totally different session because it will take at least 45 to 1 hour more to understand GitHub. Maybe we can do the session in the future time. You should ping Saurav for this, right? I think for proposal there are templates given by the organization most of the time. Yes, Aryan, you are totally right. Because, because what this organization do is they have the template for the proposal, and we have to just select them and create a proposal according to that. Anyone else?
So Rahul, for GSoC 2023, the starting is March 20 and deadline is
See, the application time is March 20 to I believe April 7. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just see here only. You can just go to Google Summer of Code and you can just click on Get Started and you will get all the information. For example, GSoC contributor eligibility. So now it's written that application for GSoC contributor opens March 20 to April 4. So here is a timeline. You can also check out many things about Google Summer of Code on the website. For example, the latest news of GSoC, the 2023 program, all this stuff. Here is the timeline.
no, September
Yeah.
date now. What's that date for? September, like it's the last date for contribution or what?
Could you please repeat?
I'm asking, like you were telling now that the application will start on March 20, and this you were telling some date of September 2023,
It will
and what?
end.
Okay, the contributions will end there, na?
Okay, see, you have to propose an application to open source organization to work on their project. The thing which we were talking before was how to start contribution. Starting contribution or getting selected into the GSoC is totally different thing. Okay, if you want to get selected in Google Summer of Code, you need to create a proposal. Now the proposal is the organization have 3 to 4 projects that they want this summer that the developers see. What the thing is, every organization want to add some features or clear some bugs. So what they do is they create a project and they ask the developers to create a proposal on how to solve this thing. Now what will happen is between March 20 to April 4, all the developers will create a proposal on how to actually solve this thing. Now, the one who has more clarity in the proposal about how to solve these things, the mentor will select that developer, and that developer will work with the organization for Google Summer of Code 2023.
That means I'm not very sure, but if I could understand you properly, that means many will apply. The application is from date from is for March 20 to April 4, and then after April 4, the organizations will choose who will be contributing and who will not be contributing, right?
No, contribution can be done by anyone, but getting selected as a GSoC student is totally depends on organization whom they want
Oh,
to get. Like for example, there are only 1 to 2 places for GSoC student.
okay,
So anyone can contribute, but only those people can contribute to the project which the organization will select.
okay.
Yeah. So there are more questions
Rahul,
like
can, Rahul, can
hello.
you
Yeah.
say about your contribution? What you
You,
contributed? What was your proposal?
okay, I can show you, but please don't laugh. Yeah.
So that we can
So
get an idea.
yeah, the thing is, I was naive when I started my contributions. I'll just show you. You can go if you go to my GitHub profile, you can see my contribution videos because they are open and they are in public. Like it's written track my open source contribution. So if you go to the check style, here are all the links available for the contribution which I have done. But the thing is, my contribution was in the domain of DevOps and Java, right? So it depends on you which language or technology you are working on. Okay. Uh, you can check out this information through my GitHub. Okay, let me show my proposal. I still don't know where it is because once the GSoC has been done, I don't know where I put it, but I can see it in my drive. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this was my proposal. So this is the format of creating a proposal. For example, I have written about a basic information about myself, my GitHub, my LinkedIn, my email, my resume, and then what is the education I'm doing, okay, and my expected graduation. This is really important whenever you are doing because you can get a lot of opportunities to write about your expected graduation. Now, the relative experience. This is something which I have other than what I'm doing, like open source, other than what open source, what I'm doing, right? So you have to write the relative experience and then the fixed issues. It means what you have contributed to this organization textile so that they can know that what are the things I have worked on. For example, if I just click on this, it will redirect to the contributions that I have done. The same link which I have showed you. That's why I told you the person, I believe Akansha, she asked me about how what is the difference between open source and this thing. So see this thing, my code is public now. Anyone see my code? Now the labels which I have solved, the first issue, second, third is the new feature, Google style bug and miscellaneous. Now about the project. This is my project name. This was the project description, and it was written restatement that what I understood after reading about the project and what is my timeline, like what do I think that how to solve them. So these are the some points that I have written. These were my suggestions to the organization which tools we can use, and this was all the information that I wanted them to know that what I am really thinking to do for the project. And this was my timeline, like for the 3 months, what I'll do for which month. For example, for this time I'll work on this. Between this time I will work on this. So I have all the timeline. And then about a brief information about me, like what other than technical skills I have. For example, I'm leading some communities and all this stuff. And also it is important to write about your reason to participate so they can get a clarity of why you are participating and your time zone, because developers might be from USA, Canada, Germany, any place. So it's important for you to write the time zone so that they can understand that where you will when you will work. And this are the common stuff that I thought that should be used. So yeah, that was about my proposal.
Yeah, so I had a doubt. Can I ask real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so basically I searched for the GSoCers and I searched, so I found that GSoCers are mostly second year or third year students. So myself being a first year, should I apply right now or focus on learning things and maybe apply next year?
Can I know your name?
Aryan.
See, Aryan, the thing is, anyone can get into GSoC. Anyone who is above 18 years can get into GSoC. It's not like only second or third year. Many people also do it at their first year or at their fourth year, right? So it depends on totally you, but I'll suggest you to start in your first year only. For example, if you start in the first year and if you don't get selected, you there are 99% chances that you can get selected in the second year because you already know the process. If you leave now and you will start in second year, there are chances that if you don't get selected in the second year, you have to wait for your third year. I started in my freshman year about open source contribution, and I got selected in my second year. Right. So what you can do is start your open source contribution, start applying, because now you will have time for second year too. So you will get some time.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yeah. And anyone else? Are you all from GC Rajkot only? Saurabh? Are all the audience or all the audience from GC Rajkot? Can you all hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was asking that are all the audience is from GC Rajkot?
No, I think some of them are from other colleges also.
Okay, no, I mean to say like we are also organizing a Decode Cafe event in the future time in the Rajkot region only. That's why I thought that I should tell. But yeah, it's okay. I'll inform you the information in the future time. So if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me. Or we can wind up. I believe, Saurav, there are no more questions.
Yes,
So
I
yeah,
think can wind up.
thank you everyone. Over to
Thank
you,
you, Rahul.
Saurav.
Okay, so I think we can end the session now. Thank you everyone for joining and hope to see you all in our future events also.